This is a death battle I've been waiting to see for years. It's a versus battle that people have been talking about for years. Kratos versus Asura. I remember when Asura's Wrath first came out, they were calling him Capcom's God of War. Instead of using Greek mythology, it was using Buddhist mythology. Story is similar. A man that fights on behalf of the gods are betrayed by them. His family lost to him. So he vows vengeance against gods, alright? Now, I don't know if Kratos was a god from the start, but Asura is a demigod from the start. In terms of God of War, I've only played one God of War game, Ghost of Sparta on the PSP. I don't really have that much experience with God of War. In terms of who I want to win, I mean, that should already be obvious. Look at me. Look at the way I look. Look at the name of this channel. Off rip, you already know who I'm rooting for. It's obvious. My boy Asura better pull through. He better put hands on this man. Alright? Let's go. Let's get this money. Question is, are they going to give Asura Shungoku Satsu? If they give him Shungoku Satsu, woo! Let's see what we're dealing with. I don't know. I've never seen Kratos do any cosmic stuff before. But you know how scaling could be. Alright, let's see.
In the beginning, the primordials waged war.
This is God of War.
Existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned.
Oh, well, there's your cosmic.
Thus, the world itself was
cosmic scaling.
From violence.
Starting a whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard,
he's over 1,000 years. Part god, part mortal. Alright, so he's definitely part deity.
Deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the blades of chaos.
He made a deal to get those blades, huh?
Basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
So he didn't just get them for no reason. Uh-oh.
Kratos accidentally murdered his own family.
That's crazy.
Permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was forevermore.
That's why he's white. White paper.
He was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new God of War. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new God of War took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
That's crazy. But wasn't it Hades that fucked him over? Why is he going after all of them?
He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads.
Ugh.
And the claws of Hades.
No, well, that's Medusa's head, right?
Even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos.
Damn, I remember that fight.
Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of strength.
Game was so big back in the day, like the individual fights blew up the internet. It's like, yo, watch out, Kratos kills this guy. You know that's Hercules, right? I never thought Titans were divine, but apparently they are in terms of mythology, depending on which mythology or religion you're looking at.
It can stab the hell out of you.
Oh!
Energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like
uh-oh.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a
then where's the hope?
Unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And
damn.
He couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone.
His poorly animated wife and daughter.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he
My man misses them polygons.
He wandered aimlessly.
Every man needs polygons in their life.
Into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second
oh
wife.
crap, the
Good
polygons
start,
are gone.
buddy.
My boy leveled up.
He couldn't escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason
oh.
he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became
Why does the name Faye sound familiar?
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook. Especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn!
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos.
Mans cannot win.
And Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Far from the whirling rage
oh.
of the blades of chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty. said to rival Mjolnir itself.
That's crazy.
Wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison.
Ice and poison.
It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance.
All right.
It even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapon,
Not as cool as the other blades, but
he stood
sure.
as a shield against the godly Asura.
Too bad he just can't help but
That
control
guy
his
doesn't look like he's from
He knew how to control
that
his
time
anger,
period.
Which is even more
The gameplay looks different. This used to be a hack and slash.
and magic that can warp space and slow
This
down
looked like
time.
a Souls game almost, right?
contested with this
So we're doing Norse mythology on this.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok.
I wonder if they're gonna do any other mythologies.
I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly.
This is definitely not speed running it game from game. Like, you know, they're telling the whole story, and I respect that heavily.
The power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree.
Could have
which
been
is
like
a literal
Assassin's
tree
Creed,
that
just hopping to
connects the
culture to
whole
culture every
universe.
game.
According to
Which isn't a
Freya,
bad
the
thing, but
tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boundaries.
oh no,
Every strand transcending time.
what's he gonna do to it though?
space. Everything comes back to the tree.
The tree can't fight back though.
Kinda like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins.
Oh wow.
Even taking up the blade of Olympus once again.
Oh wow.
Better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
That was fast.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would
He was
be
lying about the bear part,
even
right?
more
The kid
than
turns
it
to a
was in the
bear.
past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
Yo, this dude had a whole head next to him, bro. What is that? The dude is not alone. Dude took right hand man to the next level. Dude got the dude's head on his right hand. Dude said, "You are a right hand man, literally." Damn. All right, here we go.
Long ago, a
Ooh,
demigod
boy.
fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths
Yo, my boy
of
Asura might take this, low-key.
12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod.
My boy
of
just
wrath,
used his hands.
Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters
Whole ass war.
infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra,
All right.
the Guardian generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through
Yeah, the
different
mechanical
emotional effects.
bodies were really a
It was greed,
creative
gotcha,
choice.
It was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
I don't hate it.
Into his wrath, Asura can take many
This is
forms
very
in
interesting.
battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the
6
planet's
arms.
will
My boy
and
get
source
forms
of
throughout the
Goma, Vlitra.
game. Kratos gets weapons, this dude gets forms. Or arms, I guess. He gets forms too, he gets forms.
Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that
Nope.
would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
Oh boy.
Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine.
Nope.
In myth, the Asuras were powerful and
They're a
aggressive
race.
beings, sure, but not inherently evil.
I think your boy Sukuna from JJK might be one of them.
Just like Asura himself, he's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander Deus an idea.
Deus, that name literally means God.
Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon. The Guardian generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra.
Fire up a Mastra.
Well,
Get
how
this
did
ad
Asura
outta here, bro. I got the
go
game already.
along with that? So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife,
Yup.
kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a
Used his
shit.
daughter as a battery
His nature
for
is
hundreds of
Asura
thousands of
was
years.
too
Just to
angry
power
to
their
die.
forces. Crazy,
So long
right?
as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks
Measure
to
it.
coaxing from a
Measure it.
golden
Measure
sun.
Naraka.
He did just that.
What's Naraka?
All new
How tall is it?
mind.
He don't want to say it.
The gods pay.
He don't want to say it.
Oh yeah.
He don't want to say how tall Naraka is. He don't want to count climbing that out of his feet. Interesting.
They're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really, really, really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like
He's bringing himself back to life.
shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger.
One finger.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with
He's on his own.
harden his fists
He's his own
like
power
steel,
source too, his
or
anger.
explosive energy blasts.
Well, the rest of them need like
So hard you wish
external
you could
sources
die
of
even
power.
faster. The dude
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods.
Oh, here we go with the form,
including
the
a
new
girl
transformation.
who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah,
Forgot what it was
Asura's the
called,
kind of guy
his
who
berserker
wants to be a
form.
Great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid, like that one dad that knocks out a
Damn, what is that?
And then the gods killed that girl.
Yup,
too.
that was foul. Just nuked the whole area.
Sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
This shit reminded me of Foretel's Naruto,
Raising
low-key.
thousands of people to power up. Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match him.
He fired up a mantra of his own.
For thousands of years. Seriously, guys.
The gods gathered up all the energy and prayers of the mortals just to create this giant god machine that could fire this giant Kamehameha wave called the Brahmastra. Asura just did it with fucking 6 arms. Incredible.
Even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra.
I want to say extra arms. There is extra 4 arms, but they just grow extremely large, if that makes sense. He still has 6 arms, but his 4 extra ones are just ginormous.
Whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into
Yeah, burnt his whole
wrath
body.
form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it.
So his wrath form is just berserker without the energy. Like he's out of energy, but he can still do nasty things to you.
His brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices.
We still got more
and
forms,
teamed up
boys.
with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to
His
a
death was very satisfying. Look at that.
arms. His mantra form finally
That's not even his final form.
capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting
Thousands of
blast.
arms combined into 2 muscular, brawlic ass arms.
Yet, Asura's
He just keeps
wrath
going.
hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turned out that spider that
The
got
real
him
villain of the
was
game.
actually Chakravartin, the creator of
God
life
itself.
and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering.
There's
was
your world
part of
tree
the plan to
scaling
make
for
Asura
God of
king.
Wrath.
Chakra kidnapped Mithra because of course he did. And tested
If the world
Asura
tree
in
could
the
fight
form
back.
of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its
Jeez.
palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
And
Naturally.
so, the mantra reactor, capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura
Jeez.
intended it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last,
New
Asura
form
could
again.
show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny.
Can we go back to that picture real quick, even though it was like really quick? I really like that they included that in the game. When after they bodied Asura and disrespected his legacy because they thought he was dead, they started like slandering his name with legends of like how evil and messed up he was. They portrayed him with like 6 heads and 6 arms, and believe it or not, that's how Asuras are portrayed in real life. Like, they're portrayed with multiple heads, and if they don't have multiple heads, let's say if they have 1 head, they have those eyes from those heads are on the same head, so they'll have all together like 6 eyes, you know. Sometimes it would just be 6 eyes on 1 head, or just 3 heads all together. But nah, this art still goes hard, even though it's like a bastardization of what he is.
From the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and
Facts.
most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet, unbound by his past limits.
All right.
Asura's ultimate destructor.
Asura the Destructor.
Relentlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized
Look at
lasers,
this.
moving 2 quadrillion
Woo!
miles of light, and obliterated whole stars.
It ain't over yet, boys.
Was understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer
They didn't mention his Brawlic 6-arm form. They mentioned that he had 1,000 arms to create those 2 giant arms. They don't mention that he did that 2 more times with his remaining 4 arms. So like all 6 of his arms are like just Chungus, you know, they're just Brawlic. Let me read this real quick. Annihilated planets and stars. Rescued Mithra after 12,500 years of suffering, because she's a god, so her lifespan is extremely long. She's still a kid after all this time. Crazy, I know. Shredded through an army of Goma while without arms on some Zabuza shit, you know. Made August draw his sword for the 2nd time ever in his life and won. Defeated Wizen, August, Deuce, Goma, Viltra, Yasha, and Trokovarden. Last but not least, fought Akuma / Oni to a standstill. I hope they mention it outside of this text, because that fight was baller.
His arm.
Legendary stuff.
Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over
He has Rainbow Aura too. I just, oh,
He literally
damn,
beat the
I didn't even notice that
beast out of
when I played it.
God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic
Pretty divine.
explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the
It's he.
concept of mantra itself.
And gods.
Those who depended
He
on
just
it
killed the
could not
concept.
survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later.
Yep.
Still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor.
That's literally
or
White
Ryu,
Birdie.
right in the balls.
It's
That's,
interesting.
oh yeah, I forgot he did that to
Dangerous
Ryu.
and
He
uncontrolled
literally
anger,
needs him in the balls
Asura's
multiple times during that
used the
fight.
Power to save everything, all because of just one thing.
So wait, they're not gonna tell us, they're not gonna include Shungoku Satsu for Asura? Because he could do it. He could definitely do the Raging Demon.
His daughter cries, so
They should have included it.
Hey,
They should have included it.
the god I
Just saying.
get behind.
Just saying. They should have kept it in. Alright, here we go.
All right, the combatants.
Oh, I forgot he's in Fortnite.
All possibilities.
It's time for a dad battle.
Come on, Asura! Do what you gotta do, boy. Look at this. This man chilling in his Shrek cabin. Where the earwax candles at? Let me let me stop. He's shaking. He already scared. He knew he know about to catch that fade already, bro. Look at that. Flames just coming from his being. Letting him know what it is. No one there. Being trolled. Where he at? Where is this? Oh crap. He's in Asia. He's on planet Gaia. My boy Asura running.
It's true then.
Model still holds up.
God of wars on Gaia.
The hair is messed up a little bit, but it's old.
Not for long.
Woo!
You do not want this fight.
They didn't even have to fight. They're just chilling. It's death battle, baby. You know what it is. Oh, 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 oh! Unlimited mode. It's going hard from the start, huh? Alright. Kratos powering up. Woo! Oh crap! 6-armed Vardra Asura. Let's go. Got some Dragon Ball ism. That's another reason why I like Asura's Wrath. Very Dragon Ball coded. You got a spiky haired man screaming and powering up like.
Wrath consume you. I have been down that road before.
Nah, he's all crusty.
Very well.
Ooh. Wait, if he cuts him with the blue sword, I mean with the axe. Wait, the axe is gone already though, right? Okay, he can summon weapons though. Alright, if he summons the axe, I just realized. I forgot what the axe could do. I just remembered what it could do now. Asura could get in trouble if he gets hit by that. Like, spot on. Oh, okay. All 6 arms. Alright. 6-arm mantra Asura. Damn, that was easy. What the? What? You saw how fast he knocked him out? He fought God with that form, by the way. Like, what you gonna do? All right. Off rip. Just tearing him. Oh, tearing away dimensions. All right, this is the God of War stage for sure. Does this mean Kratos is gonna win? Oh crap! Melted the ice. He's on Wrath form. Wrath mode. Damn, he said. What's he doing? I'm going giant. Woo! Yo, he's going through all his forms so fast, man. It got me nervous. Yo, swinging. Nah, Kratos fought giants before. Not that big, but literally taking Asura's stance against them. It might be over. He looked very confident, bro. Oh. Oh crap, he gonna do something. He gonna do something. One punch? You know, it's quiet. I think it might be quiet. Damn. It might be quiet. Damn, Asura. What happened, bro?
But you deserve a worthy end.
Damn. He actually lost. It's over. He got him saying poems and stuff. Got him announcing his demise. It's quiet. Look at this. Give him a whole sequence. Give him a whole QTE sequence. Look at this. Damn, Asura. All that for what? Damn. Damn, they really gave it to Kratos, huh? Wait, what? Yo, why they play it like that? What happened? No, alright, I'm about to say. They play too much. They play too much.
You're a monster no longer.
Damn.
I never was.
Damn. It is what it is. Looks like the power scales were right about this one. Oh wow, he got folded. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Damn. No amount of aura farming could have saved him, I guess. Fuck. His body's still there though. He didn't disintegrate, so he's most likely gonna come back.
But are we sure this is how it'd go?
If it was really gone, his body would have turned into pixie dust.
Amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a
This one was
surprising light.
surprising.
First glance, speed seems like a shoe-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from
Yeah.
gameplay restrictions.
We're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
Oh crap.
Kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused
Yeah.
in the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is
To reach it from the underworld, then.
Shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed
That's crazy.
matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
Yeah.
And while Kratos
Kept reincarnating himself.
control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it
Versatility, huh?
comes to versatility, he couldn't match
Well, you can only do so much if you just
Kratos
stick to
had.
punching things, I guess.
Quite skilled and a monster at martial arts.
All he does is get bigger and stronger. He's still punching things.
A whole lot of punching.
No hacks, yeah. God damn it.
And even his rage gave him far more options in combat.
He actually has hacks, so.
Healing injuries,
He can slow. Okay.
multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies.
Damn.
Mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility. And multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take
I mean, his body wasn't gone, so.
days at best.
His daughter's still gonna be around.
Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this
That's
kid
what I
had
thought, but apparently not.
Boom, he kicked Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakra Vartan.
In his base form, mind you.
Cosmic golden god.
By measuring the
In his base form, mind
dimensions
you.
of his body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue,
Are they actually freaking measuring this motherfucker's size? Via light? Jeez.
volume, add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000
Multiversal confirmed.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok.
Oh, what is that?
Of Yggdrasil.
What is that? You saw that? That shit looks pretty cosmic, right? That looks pretty divine and cosmic at the same time.
Same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos.
Kratos got a whole group now?
Power for a
I remember when he was alone. What?
Should be capable
He got a whole gang?
level of power, or even more.
using an official map.
He's been a one-man army. Dude got friends?
All of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we
What?
know this map is accurate
Bet you can't play as him.
because these two realms conjoin, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is
I hope you got we got a multiverse here in God of War 2.
Kratos should easily scale above. Shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy.
Just 'cause there ain't no
9
stars.
million times over.
Oh.
Kratos should easily scale above. Shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
Damn.
It's almost 100 times greater than Chakra Vartan's destruction.
Fuck.
And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do.
It just doesn't look like it, 'cause it's not, like, blatantly sold to you. You just gotta know what these characters are doing in context, you know? You don't see them lifting stars, but, you know, that bookcase that these motherfuckers are putting the book on might be, you know, might weigh universes. You never know. That's what's fucking annoying about shit like this. You get death battles, right? And there's nothing wrong with it, but you'll get a guy who will literally destroy, like, multiple universes. Then you get this one motherfucker who just drinks a bottle of soda. Oh, yo, bro, you do realize that this soda is, like, worth 78 trillion universes, right? So, like, that pretty much puts me above Goku. Even though I get hemorrhoids when I shit in the afternoon. Because it's not as blatant, you know? Asura, he's doing it really blatant, like, blowing up planets.
To lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos.
Like, this dude's not in outer space, but he's still doing the same feats, I guess. Larger, even.
Ragnarok and Yggdrasil, and Kratos
This is the way it's presented. It looks different.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
That's not happening. He's dead.
The sun rises. The god of wrath.
Like, another Asura's Wrath is never happening. But what Capcom does need to do is start using them in their goddamn games, alright? Start using Asura, alright? Put him in the Capcom fighting games, alright? Because this game's not getting a sequel. The reason why Asura's Wrath's ending was locked behind DLC is because that DLC was supposed to be a separate game entirely. But the first game didn't perform to their liking. So they just added it as DLC, unfortunately. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Asura's Wrath is like finito. It's finished. No more. Giving us alternate endings just to please people. I mean, sure, it's good, but we all know the truth already, right? So, like, what's the point? I say only do alternate endings if it's, like, actually possible. He's in his base form, but sure, he did kill God in his base form, Traco Varden. He killed Traco Varden while Traco Varden was transformed, by the way. Just one punch in the face for the fandom. Don't mean nothing though. We all saw the results. See, is this a dream? Whoa, I got a dream I got my ass whipped. Something that could never happen. Low polygon wife. Them PS2 hands. Get your PS2 pixels off my PS5 goodness. So that's how it would have ended if Asura won. Both of them would have. They're more, a little more happier than Asura's ending, you know. Who's next? Who's next? Ghost Rider, Spawn. Aussie changing fire. Yep, gotta be. Ah, yeah! Let's go. My boy Spawn's about to clap cheeks. My boy Spawn is about to clap cheeks. Yo, Ghost Rider, cry, bro. You don't know, yo, you can aura farm on your motorcycle with your leather ass jacket all you want. I had a Ghost Rider face at one point, but nah, bro. Spawn's about to do things to Johnny Blaze, bro. Yo, Johnny Blaze is just not ready for that. He's not. Damn. Yo, Spawn might even rob him of his own motorcycle. Who knows? What can Ghost Rider do to him? What could he do? what could he do? Hellfire? Haha, funny. Anyway. No, but this was a good death battle. I'm really looking forward to the next one, but damn. I knew it was possible that my boy Asura was going to die, even though I was like hyping him up. I've heard things about Kratos throughout the years, especially with his newer games, his PS4/5 games. I heard he was like getting some heavy feats up, so I sort of expected this, but you know, it is what it is. My boy Asura got his cheeks clapped. It is what it is. You know, I heard when they were doing Broly versus Hulk, they were about to have a fight between Hulk and Asura to see who would fight Broly. I think either way, no matter how you slice it, Asura probably would have lost, huh? But damn, he's a heavy hitter nonetheless, so don't sleep on my boy. Play Asura's Wrath. Check out God of War.